There were many predictions made by great personalities about the divine appearance and glorious accomplishments of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur predicts,
Soon there will be a time when chanting of Krishna's name will be heard in England, France, Russia, Germany, and America.
Very soon, the unparalleled path of Harinam Sankirtan will be propagated all over the world. Oh, for that day when the fortunate English, French, Russian, German, and American people will take up banners, mridangas, and kartals and raise kirtan through their streets and towns. When will that day come?
The principle of Kirtan as the future church of the world invites all classes of men without distinction of caste, creed, or clan to the highest cultivation of the spirit.
This church will extend all over the world and take the place of all sectarian churches which exclude outsiders from the precincts of their mosque, church, or temple.
A personality will soon appear to preach the teachings of Lord Chaitanya and move unrestrictedly over the whole world with his message.
When will that day come? When the fair-skinned foreigners will come to Sri Mayapur Dham and join with the Bengali Vaishnavas to chant Jai Sachinandan, Jai Sachinandan. When will that day be?
Srila Bhakti Siddhant Saraswati Thakur says,
Gaur Sundar will in the fullness of time raise up fit preachers in every part of the world and numbers amply sufficient for his purpose. That day is not far distant when the priceless volumes penned by Bhaktivinoda Thakur will be reverently translated by the recipients of his grace into all the languages of the world.
In the book Chaitanya Mangal, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes Ebe naam sankirtan tikshna khadgalaiya antara asura jivera phelive katiya. Taking the sharp sword of the congregational chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra, I will root out and destroy the demoniac mentality in the hearts of all the conditioned souls.
Yadi papi chhadi dharma dura deshe yaya more senapati bhakta yaibe tathaya. If some sinful people escape and giving up religious principles go to far off countries, then my Senapati Bhakta will come at that time to give them Krishna consciousness.
In the book Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Mahaprabhu predicts Prithvi paryantayat ache desh grama sarvatra sanchar hei vekamura nama. In every town and village of the world, the chanting of my name will be heard.
In the Uttarakhand section of Padma Puran, Bhakti personified, after travelling through several places in India, reached Vrindavan. Then she declares to Narad Muni that Idam sthanam parityajya videsham gamyate maya. I will leave this place and travel to the foreign lands. Until Srila Prabhupada came west, devotional service had never been successfully introduced in foreign lands. In the Brahma Vaivarta Puran, we find the narration of the departure of Lord Krishna from this world and how all the holy rivers, headed by the personified Ganges, approached him. O Lord, best of lovers, now that you are going to the supreme abode Goloka, what will be our situation here in this age of Kali? The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Sinful people will come to you and upon bathing will give you their sins. You must remain like this on earth for 5,000 years of the age of Kali. O Ganga, then there will be many devotees worshipping me by my mantra, and merely by their touch, glance and bathing, all those sins will be immediately burned. 1965, Srila Prabhupada said to Mr. Rubin, a subway conductor, I am not a poor man. I am rich. There are temples and books. They are existing. They are there. but the time is separating us from them.
My Guru Maharaj foretold. He told my god brothers, Sridhar Maharaj and others, that he will do the needful when the time comes. Nobody requires to help him. He told in 1935. And after all, this was true. Guru Maharaj told. And in the beginning, first sight, he told, you have to do this.
In the room conversation, Srila Prabhupada said, and in my horoscope it was written there, after the 70th year, this man will go outside India and establish so many temples. I could not understand. What is this, that I have to go outside India?
In a letter to Jeev Goswami, Narottam Das Thakur writes, until we are able to develop another type of technology to print the books, due to the difficulty involved in creating books by hand, most of our book distribution program will be postponed. We are sure that one day some magnanimous person will come and will develop the movement of ecstatic love of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, distributing books all over the world.
Today, people are suffering from different health issues, mental diseases, stress, anxiety, poverty, and along with that, there are many other social issues also like corruption, drug addiction, intoxication, and so forth. So now, how ISKCON is helping others? ISKCON has 750 temples all over the world. In India, ISKCON is distributing 14 lakh plates daily for government school midday meal. And in Corona pandemic, ISKCON has distributed 4 million plates. We have opened hospitals, gurukuls, and poor people are taking benefits from it. ISKCON has saved many youths from drugs and intoxication. Our efforts are to establishment of Sanatana Dharma again by printing scriptures in 82 international languages. And finally, there are 4 regulative principles what we follow. No meat eating, no gambling, no intoxication, and no illicit sex.
It's His Divine Grace that Srila Prabhupada founded the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. And what an extraordinary man he was. At the age of 70, he travelled by ship from India to Boston, suffering 2 heart attacks on the way. He arrived in America alone and penniless, but he created this global mission, travelling the world to spread his message. And look at it today, active in 100 countries, with 650 temples, centres, schools and colleges. And here's the best number of all, helping to serve 1.2 million free meals to poor children in India every single day. Let's hear it for those amazing achievements. For decades now, you've been putting your faith into practice beyond this temple. At home, serving free meals to the hungry and needy across London, and far away, helping those in utter desperation after the Nepal earthquake. Keep up the fantastic work. Keep telling us how you need to achieve inner peace before we achieve global peace. Keep up the fantastic work. Thank you very much indeed.
Ever a reminder that we never know when our moment can come. I found great strength and shelter during my time serving overseas, just as I do now in the teachings that Lord Krishna shares with us in the Bhagavad Gita about the eternality of the soul and the unconditional love that He has for all of us. Going through politics and public service, every one of us, we can make that choice in our own lives to truly live and practice bhakti yoga and karma yoga every single day. Whether it's business, or politics or education or healthcare, whatever it is, we know that this is where real happiness can be found and real success in life lies. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Lord Jagannath, Jai Gurudev. Haribo! 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 Thank you so much.
इस गीता को बनाने में इस्कॉन से जुड़े आप सभी ने अपना पूरा सामर्थ्य और रचनात्मकता लगाई है। ये गीता भगवान श्री कृष्ण और स्वामी प्रभुपाद के श्रद्धालुओं की भक्ति और समर्पण का प्रतीक है। इस सराहनीय प्रयास के लिए आप सभी बधाई के पात्र हैं। इससे भारत के पुरातन और दिव्य ज्ञान की परंपरा की तरफ विश्व की रुचि और अधिक बढ़ेगी। साथियों, भगवत गीता को सामान्य से सामान्य मानवी तक पहुंचाने के अनेक प्रयास अब तक हो चुके हैं। सबसे छोटी गीता से लेकर सबसे बड़ी गीता तक इस दिव्य ज्ञान को सरल और सुलभ कराने के लिए निरंतर कोशिशें हुई है। देश विदेश की अनेक भाषाओं में भगवत गीता का अनुवाद हो चुका है।
And I would walk the 7 miles across town every Sunday night to get one good meal a week at the Hare Krishna temple. I loved it. And much of what I stumbled into by following my curiosity and intuition turned out to be priceless later on.
On the incredible Sri Krishna Haveli that you're building. Amazing to see. I wish you all the very best in the weeks, months, and years ahead. Hare Krishna, everybody. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We are living entity. We are living soul. Birth and death takes place of this body. The body takes birth and the body is vanquished. Death means sleeping for 7 months. That's all. That is death. The soul is when this body is unfit for living. The soul gives us this body, and by superior arrangement, the soul is put again into the womb of a particular type of mother, and the soul develops that particular type of body. After 7 months, the soul remains unconscious, and when the body is developed, again consciousness comes, and the child wants to come out of the womb, and he moves. Every mother has experienced how the child moves at the age of 7 months within the womb. So it is a great science how the soul, living soul, is in contact with this material body, and how he is transmigrating from one body to another.
Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachajine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Ascharya